Hello everyone and welcome back to another video, and here we go. So, I noticed the audio was kind of fucked. Let's see, is it still kind of fucky? Let me just get it real quick. That's not how you do it. I just hit properties again, filters. Okay. Compressor. It's probably fine. Okay. I'm just gonna scoot up. So let's see. It's almost day. It's been a bit, so I had to check which version I had last played on to make sure I was on the right version for the video. I don't know why I just tried to crit a sheep. Okay. Oh my god, my controls. This is gonna be an ongoing problem throughout. But it's okay. So let's see. Tomorrow's the 29th. I'll talk with a few people about some stuff. Hopefully tomorrow or the day after. Okay, so we've got 11. I need to really get a bunch of stone. I'm just thinking. So let's see. Oh yeah, I have a bunch of stone. So let's go ahead and start building this for later. And I'm gonna need to get to a crafting table to do this. Because I finally checked something and saw, oh, this crafting recipe is different. Back in the day, it was a much different crafting recipe, and I need sticks just for this. And since I saw it, I currently have a game booted up, so if it's a little bit frame droppy, I might have to change some stuff. But basically, I need to get this going and see how things are going on Minecraft for this. I built that earlier with the intention of making fences later. This is the fence recipe. You actually get more in the modern recipe now that I'm looking, but it's okay. Okay. So, I need to add more gravel to this. Okay. Let's go get the gravel. I just remembered it out of nowhere. I'm gonna do more work on this place in a bit. Okay. Wait, was there one that was... Oh yes, there is a partial stack. Let's flip that to a partial stack here. And let's go ahead and adjust this. This classic beta texture stuff right here, or alpha texture stuff, would be nice to have. And that was just exactly enough. I do know I was planning on building a village type area So that I'll handle in a bit. And then, yeah, there's not enough there, so I'll get those to drop. And then we'll fix that in a moment. Oh, whoops. Fence hitboxes are weird in this version. I can see it. Let's see, I need 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 exactly enough. So we're gonna make a bunch of sticks. And a door. And now that I can use this, there we go. And when I get wheat seeds, I'll basically get those in there. And you can go here in case of emergency. Right, they're full blocks in this version, so... Okay, I see how I can get up. I need to get more coal, but I'm gonna do that after I get the terrain generated further out. Because I started this, and as you can see, it looks pretty good so far. I'm just going to continue to bring it out more. I do have an idea for those little bits right there. I might make that a sugarcane farm or something. And then we'll make sure to do more with that later. When I will, at least. Let's see. Now, I'm just about to hit land here. I'm gonna break this tree. And kinda incorporate it in. I don't know how it's gonna look by the end of it, but we'll see how it looks by the end of it. And yeah, that is a chunk thing right there. I like this area so much. Like, it looks like it would be a good area to build off of. Just to kind of build something. think right about here would be good. So we go like... What the heck? I didn't know that that was a thing that could happen. And then we just, yeah, I'll do that just to smooth it out, and then we'll have it go on grass to right here. Now let's look around this area to see how it looks. Funny terrain because of updates. But because I have explored this area versus that area, it's going to look different. It's almost night, so let's get a quick bit of exploration to see what we've got here. So there's a little bit of coal right up there. Some flowers. I don't see any grass yet. So it might be pre-grass. Which kind of sucks for me. But hey, can't have everything. Is that a 2-block drop? Yes. I'm heading over this way just so that I can check. This cave looks like it could be... Oh, it could be useful. Okay. Let's get back across before it becomes night. And then I can utilize it. I see a red mushroom there. I could utilize this island kind of as a farm as well. Like, this doesn't seem super bad. It's kind of cool to see the progression of this. I just fell in. That's my fault. I'm fine, though. Okay. So let's get back into this. That looks good. I'm gonna check when seeds kind of really came in so that I can see how I can get my farm up and running. Let's first check if there's anything in here. No. So I've got a couple of diamonds there. Let's grab these. Might utilize some of this for... Okay. And then the hose in there. And then we can start working towards building that blacksmith, like I said. Okay. I might get an improved mic soon. We'll have to see how things are going. Do like this area. How it's just got some floating leaves. Still need to light up some of that, and I didn't even realize. Oh yeah, you can see the skeletons right there. It's good to know. Honestly, I should start working towards that second rail on this side and kind of just work my way through. Let's see. This might be a bit overkill, but it'll be worth it. Let's do 8. Just so that I can do stuff. These 2 furnaces are stuff I need for later. And since this is the location where I do most of the work, I think I should leave some of that. Okay. And I want some interconnection. So what I'm going to do is just basically make other stuff. Let's see, do you make levers like this? Yes, you do. I don't know if this version allows for levers to kind of toggle rails, but what I'm going to do is kind of set up that. Still need to get that small area. Like, so much area I still need to light up, but I've done so much work. So what I'm gonna redo is this. And basically, okay, this is before that version, right? Pressure plates are really thick in the inventory at this point. I didn't even realize. It's kind of crazy. Okay. So what I'm gonna do here is does work. But not in the way I was thinking it would. Okay. That's fine, though. So what we're going to do here is set up a thing right here. And we're going to place a rail here. Let's see if that can be toggled. Yes, it can be. Not going to be perfect, but it's going to be better than nothing. Eventually I'm going to get activator rails going and all that. Okay. I'm gonna mine out some of this area eventually, so it's gonna look a lot different in the future, but for now, this is just how it's gonna look. Kinda had to do that. Going to utilize all of the... Wait, is there a glitch to actually... Okay, I was like, hold up, that... Okay, this needs to just be done like this because of how Minecraft is about turns. In fact, I could just kind of adjust this. Can I just break these with my fist? Yeah, I can. This is a version that allows that. Okay. Then we do this, and it'll function way better. We'll do this. There. That gets us a lot closer to seeing how this will look. That's definitely a zombie that died. And this is near where the village I was building was going to be. And in future versions I'll make it be filled with villagers. Just to kinda not forget about some of the alpha builds. But kind of update them with the Minecraft feeling that you'd get back in the day. Of when a structure gets updated, I mean, with a new world. I'm kinda low on iron after doing all that though. But I need coal to make torches. So, we'll do this and then kind of get a lot more done. Okay. Then we'll have these. And I want to do something with that because I saw it. And whenever I do give the world out, it will be free because that is just kind of important. I feel that this is something that you guys will want to kind of have in the future. I was just seeing if there were anything I could mine. Okay, nothing in that cave. I remember there was this one time back in the day I built a kind of skyblock in console edition. And it was kind of funny. And I'm not talking like, oh, skyblock in the fashion of like the mini game where you do it. No, the world was just basically a skyblock intentionally, where I was on an island in the air. It was kind of similar to that, but I had like a little bit of stuff. And I don't know if I still have the world on my Xbox 360. I'd have to check for it, but it was built before the clouds were raised. And I remember finding something on it that made me curious as to why I didn't find it anywhere else. Because I think console edition had this weird thing that most people don't know about. But I'll have to check it and hook it up to my capture card and all that, because I know which console it was on. And I have the console with me still. And so it's kind of interesting to think about. But yeah. It was more flat like that, specifically. And I'll have to show off the world. And I'll show that I had never entered it in creative. Just because of something I had found. But I don't want to say what it is because people won't believe me until I prove it. But it's an actual, like, removed feature kind of thing that exists in the console edition. I don't know if it exists in Java at all. Because there's certain things that you would actually just be like, oh, you probably just went into creative to add this, or you did this or that kind of thing. Well, there are things with spawners that have changed, and that's all I will have to say. Like, obviously the Nether had zombie spawners back in the early days. Like, I'm not talking about that bit. I'm talking about something much, much different. And I'll have to show it off whenever I get the chance. And some people might think I'm just crazy and I don't even know how to modify or mod an Xbox because I never looked it up. And just so that it's like provable that I didn't fake something, I'll make sure not to look it up until after. But when I saw it, I was like, I didn't believe my eyes because this was really early. Like, I think console edition was at like beta 1.8 terms of like equivalent updates. I don't know why I'm kind of roaming outside of looking for caves, actually, now that I'm thinking about it. But that's just to give you an idea of what version generally I was at. So it was before the Ender Dragon was added, basically. But like, Endermen were in the game. Ooh, here we go. A little bit of coal. Not what I'm looking for. But the problem I have right now with kind of showing that off, even though I have the capture card to do so, is the fact that, unfortunately, I don't have the full cord to hook up the Xbox 360. I can show off which part I do have, and I don't know which hard drive or which flash drive the world was on. I think it was just on the base hard drive. I know which profile I was playing on at the time, but it's a really old world. So it won't even have like a bunch of features that you'd expect modern versions of the console edition to have. Like, I don't even think I had played it for long enough to have carrots on it. So it's like a world where I had stuff, I know what I did on it, but I don't know where the world's at. Like, how long ago, I don't know which world it is. So, who knows? I'll show you guys once I find it. And once I can. But it was like a really nice thing. Let's see, where did I build the... That's clay. I know old versions had clay on the shore. And that's why I was like, oh. Did I even start building the classic blacksmith out here yet? Because I don't see it. Because I had the idea, that's why I have the 2 lava buckets and everything. But did I not start building the village yet? See, now I'm, like, confused. I'm gonna start lighting this area up in case mobs end up spawning. But I still need to light up this area majorly. So it might be a bit before I'm ready. In fact, I'm gonna swap that torch to this one. And a lot of people are probably just wondering what I'm talking about, and yeah, you have reason to wonder what it is, because it's like I've been kind of being cryptic. But it was just a really cool thing that I wish was in modern versions of Minecraft, but obviously it'd be too broken if it was still in for like speedrunning purposes. And I don't think there's really a documented version of when these were added and when these were removed, so... And it's like it's not the whole feature was removed because, obviously you've still got mob spawners. It's something to do with specifics on mob spawners. And that's all I need to say. To just kind of make sure that people know. I don't know if it was a mistake on 4J's part, or if it was a mistake that exists on the Java version, so yeah. If I find it in Java, I'll be able to tell you guys a lot about it. Oh shit. Skelly. Though if somebody does guess what it is and they say, and they actually happen to have a world with the same thing and it's provable that it's also created in survival, go ahead and show it. Like, I would actually not mind seeing somebody else post about it, and it would be nice to get it at least documented, because mob spawners in old versions just aren't quite the same, but they're close. Like, they're very close to the same as how they function now. Like, they haven't changed direct functionality outside of a few things. And it's very minor things. So yeah, I know I keep talking on it. I probably shouldn't just continue to talk on it. So yeah, I'll leave the rest of this video to what I'm thinking about. But to give you an idea, like, I liked playing the console edition back in the day because it had quasi-connectivity as well. And I like Java Redstone, like straight up. I struggle with Bedrock Redstone because I've not really explored it. And I know there's a lot of people who are like, oh, I haven't explored it either. And that's why I was like, okay, I'm going to make this video because I kind of have to about some stuff and tell you guys, hey, I'm doing this, but certain things are not ready like I was hoping, kind of thing. And those are kind of my thoughts about the recent stuff that I had posted, because it's like, yeah, I'm not as experienced with Bedrock Redstone as I am with Java slash Legacy Console, as they call it these days. But Bedrock's Redstone is still fairly good. I actually would consider Bedrock's Redstone inferior in a lot of areas to Java's. But I also have looked at certain command stuff, like, no one's going to argue that Bedrock's commands are inferior. Like, no one's having that argument, but the Redstone, I do understand there is an argument for Bedrock's Redstone being in some ways better than Java's. And if the Redstone ends up being different between the Java version and the Bedrock version of the map, basically it's because of Java and Bedrock's differences that the Redstone might be different on that zombies map I'm working on. Like, if something doesn't work when it's made in Java, the Redstone will be reworked for the Java version if somebody does it. And I'm willing to work with somebody who is going to do Java, because it's like, okay, if somebody wants to do it, they can do it. They just need to contact me through, like, Discord or something, because I respond the easiest through that. Nothing against responding through email, I just don't check it as much. So, like, if you did send me something through email already, send a comment or send me a Discord message, and then I'll check it, see what you have shown me, and like, I have experience with timers in both. It's just the issue with the timing on Bedrock that is different on certain things that I need. It's a hyper-specific thing that I'm just not able to do, kind of thing, with the map. And it's not like, oh, there's a lack of trying. I've tried plenty, and it's really just a genuine struggle. Just in case. And I might be recording this, like, tomorrow, kind of thing. Like, when I get into other stuff. Just in case. Okay, so there's a little bit of gold, there's some coal. Though, when I do get into the more important stuff with the map, I may, like, I'll announce when it's close to finished. Ooh, that is a lot of stuff. But, like, once it's close to finished, I'll let people know, and like, the people who do pay for early access will get the map on Bedrock. And I'll make sure that they get the files directly. Just so that they can actually download it indefinitely just for paying for early access kind of thing. Because, like, you know, might as well. Like, once the end of the early access phase of the map, I should say, is there, I'll make sure every single person who paid for it gets it. Is that also redstone? Yes. Think of it just kind of as a thing that it's like, oh, you helped me, so I'll support at least a reasonable action. And that's kind of how it's going to go. There we go. Now I've got a stack of torches. Oh, I see where they're at. Okay. We'll go this way. And then we'll light this up. I just don't like beta, alpha skeletons or beta skeletons because they're pretty much the same. What? Something must have died for that sound to play. Do you hear the skeleton? Okay, that drop is there. Let's kind of get this coal here. But I do understand, like, certain things where it's like, oh, I'm not going to go for expensive because I understand Patreon is designed for other purposes as well. Like, if I go too expensive, it's not worth it, and I understand that. And so, anything simple like that would matter. Like, you don't want to gouge somebody out of every penny, kind of thing. And some people can't afford it, so you gotta be keeping stuff like that in mind. It's basically making sure everyone's getting a reasonable amount of stuff for what they're looking for. And a little bit of early access content should actually help. And it also incentivizes me to just kind of make sure that everything is more on time, because then it's like, okay, I'm not scamming people if I'm doing everything on time. And that's just kind of an important thing to understand, is how do you make sure that everyone's happy? And that's kind of what I was thinking about, because I was going to launch it earlier, like this month, instead of last month, or instead of next month, I mean. I don't know why I almost said last month. But basically, it's making sure, hey, I'm doing something for you guys, but I have to make sure to uphold this, and it'll be better that way for both of us. Because I go from this being rough to this being better. And I can use some of that money to kind of improve other areas. I hear the zombie. Oh, I think I saw him. Let me just light this up so that I don't get hit from behind. Okay. Okay, that was almost bad. And that was on me that I almost fucked up. Did I really light this area up a little bit without realizing it? Oh, I know where I'm at now. I didn't expect to come from a different angle of something else. Because this gets me more coal, I've gotten a little more iron, so let's get a little bit of this coal knocked out. And I'm about to call it here, don't worry. I did look at the time a couple of times. Let me just make sure that it's of enough time frame. So, yeah. I'll basically just get out and then say it's good. So, yeah. Kind of discussing some topics and just kind of keeping in mind you guys and not just myself. because there's a reason for a lot of things. And making sure everyone is good is a part of that. Okay, I know where I'm at, generally. Yeah. So let's kind of do this. Yep, there we go. And most people would think I'm insane for having this kind of navigation skill. And this is probably why most people would believe I am not just bad at navigation, because I'm just able to navigate in circumstances that don't make sense sometimes. And I'm guessing that some people might find what I just did, like, confusing, because it's like, how did I turn that into that from something that wasn't even the same direction? And it's kind of how I learned to navigate caves that kind of helped me do that. And I was mostly doing this through like the Xbox 360 version of the game. So moving around is kind of different. Like a controller definitely feels different. And it's almost night, funnily enough. Alright, well I'm going to call it here, so I hope you all enjoyed the video, and I'll see you all in the next update. Bye bye.